All right, so today we are doing a deep dive into something that I think is super interesting. Um,
Yay.
it's voice sentiment analysis for contact centers.
Oh, very cool.
Have you ever, called into a contact center and felt like they were really listening to you?
Yeah?
Not just like the words you're saying, but like your tone.
Oh, yeah, like they could tell I was getting frustrated even though I was trying to be polite. Like
Exactly.
they had some kind of superpower.
Well, now they kind of do, and that's what we're talking about today, this AI twist on sentiment analysis.
Right, because it's not about catching you in a bad mood.
Right.
It's about understanding what's really driving customer experience at like a whole new level.
Yes, and it's going way beyond transcribing calls.
Right?
Like I was checking out this platform, ClientZen,
Yeah.
and the stuff they're doing is really interesting.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. How many times have you been frustrated on a call? Maybe not like outright yelling at someone,
Right.
but the company has absolutely no idea. So now pauses changes in pitch. Even just a heavy sigh, AI can pick up on those little cues.
It's like having this AI whisper in your ear. Based on the rising anger in these calls, your refund policy is causing way more frustration than you realize.
It's true. And think about all the time this saves.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because usually contact centers have people listening to these calls for hours and hours taking notes, trying to like categorize them.
Yeah.
It's so slow.
And so inefficient.
Yes, and prone to human bias, let's be honest.
Oh, for sure. We all have those days where, even elevator music is setting us off.
Exactly.
But AI never has a bad day.
It's like that friend who can always tell that you're really not okay just from your voice.
Yes.
They never miss a beat.
That is such a good way to put it. And it's not about replacing those human agents.
Right.
It's about giving them superpowers so they can do their job even better.
Exactly. Imagine being able to prioritize customer issues in real time,
Wow.
knowing who needs a little extra care.
And not just reacting faster, but getting ahead of the problems altogether.
Yeah.
Like if AI starts noticing a pattern of irritation around a certain product feature.
Boom, you have a chance to fix it before it becomes a major PR nightmare.
It's true.
That's the beauty of this whole data-driven approach.
And the coolest part
Tell me.
is that this intel isn't just stuck in the contact center.
No, it's not.
So you're saying marketing, product development, they can all get in on the sentiment analysis action.
Absolutely. They can remember those MPS and CS surveys.
Oh yeah, where you're like, why am I just a number?
Right, exactly. Now, imagine knowing the why behind that score.
Interesting.
The actual words, the tone, all linked back to specific issues.
Okay, so even if I don't leave a comment on the survey explaining my rage quit moment with that app,
Right?
but I had spoken to support earlier, they would have a clue why I was so mad.
Exactly. It connects the dots of the customer journey in a way we've never been able to before.
Okay, so let's talk more about ClientZen specifically because I am really curious now.
Yeah.
What makes them stand out in this whole sentiment analysis world?
Well, first off, they're really good at integrating with what you already have.
Right.
They work with platforms like Zendesk, so you're not ripping out your whole tech stack.
That is always a relief because nobody wants a tech headache on top of everything else.
Exactly.
So paint me a picture here.
Okay.
I'm a manager. I'm using ClientZen. What am I looking at?
Okay, so picture a dashboard, right?
Hmm.
But instead of just numbers, it's like a mood ring for your entire customer base.
I love that.
You're seeing sentiment trends across calls, emails, chats, even social media.
Wow.
Want to know what contact reason is making people the grumpiest?
Yeah.
You got it.
It's like having a finger on the pulse of all your customers' emotions 24/7.
Pretty much.
That is amazing. But they don't just show you the problem, do they?
Nope.
Because there's this mantra AI copilot thing that really caught my eye.
Oh, yes. That's where ClientZen goes from observer to strategist.
Interesting.
So let's say their AI picks up on a lot of confusion around a new feature you just launched.
Okay.
Copilot doesn't just say, oh, people are confused.
Right.
It'll actually give you suggestions. It might say, hey, you need to tweak your script, highlight these 3 points, maybe add a visual guide to your website.
It's giving actionable advice.
It is.
It's like having an AI coach right there with your team.
Exactly. And this goes way beyond just saying, oh, this call was rated negative.
Right.
And they've got real-world examples of companies seeing amazing results.
Oh, really? Like who?
So PrestaShop, for example, they used ClientZen and managed to reduce negative customer sentiment during onboarding by 15%.
15%. That's huge.
It's massive.
Okay. So that's a real win right there.
It is.
And it's not just about putting out fires.
Nope.
It's about making the entire customer journey better.
Precisely. And they're not keeping all this gold to themselves.
What do you mean?
this company Plannable, they're using ClientZen to actually share these reports across different teams.
Interesting.
So marketing knows what customers are loving or maybe not loving.
Right.
Product teams can prioritize features based on real feedback.
So it all connected.
It's all connected.
It's like we're breaking down those company silos and saying, hey, we're all on the same team here, people.
Right.
Let's use this data for good.
It's about getting everyone on the same page, speaking the same language, which is the language of customer emotion.
I love it. Okay, I am totally getting the why here.
Right?
Like, understanding your customers' emotions is super important. But let's talk about the how.
Okay.
How does a business actually do this whole voice sentiment analysis thing?
Well, it's actually a lot more straightforward than you might think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, think about it like baking a cake.
Okay.
You wouldn't just throw all the ingredients in a bowl and hope for the best, right?
Hopefully not.
You've got to follow a recipe.
So what's the recipe for voice sentiment analysis success?
Well, first things first, you've got to figure out what kind of cake you want to bake.
I like where this is going.
What are your goals?
All right.
You trying to reduce churn? You want to improve your agent training?
Oh,
Do you want to just like generally understand your customers better?
Define your goals.
Your goals.
All right, got it. So then what do I just go out and buy the shiniest new AI platform on the market?
Well, not so fast, because just like there are different cakes for different occasions, there are different platforms for different businesses.
Oh, that makes sense.
Some are great for smaller companies.
Right.
Others are built for these massive enterprises.
It's all about finding the right fit for you.
Exactly.
So do your research, shop around, maybe do a taste test?
Yeah, like a free trial.
Exactly. A free trial.
A lot of vendors will actually let you take their platform for a spin before you commit.
Well, this is good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we found the one.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Now it's integration time.
Oh, boy.
Don't worry.
Integration can be a scary word.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
But this is where you just got to make sure that your new AI platform can work with everything else you've got. Your call recording software, your CRM, all that stuff.
Please tell me this isn't going to involve a whole IT overhaul.
No, no, no.
Okay, good.
A lot of these platforms are designed for pretty easy integration these days.
Okay, that's good news.
But like any new tool training is really important here.
Right.
You have to teach your team how to actually use this thing, especially like your agents and supervisors.
That makes sense because data without understanding is basically just noise, right?
Oh, it's completely useless. You're right.
It's like giving someone a fancy espresso machine with no instructions.
Exactly. They're just going to end up with a mess.
Exactly.
And it's not just a one-time thing either. You have to provide ongoing support,
Oh, sure.
keep people updated about new features, all that.
Right. Keep everyone in the loop.
Exactly.
So it sounds like this is a real team effort here.
It is.
It's not just the IT department who's involved in this.
No, it really has the power to like break down those walls between different teams.
Interesting.
Because suddenly you've got marketing, customer support, product development, all looking at the same information.
Yeah.
All singing from the same song sheet, you know?
It's like everyone's invited to the customer feedback party. Yes, exactly.
No more silos, no more departments awkwardly avoiding eye contact.
I love it. And it creates this shared understanding,
Right?
which hopefully leads to a more customer-centric company culture overall.
Sure. Because when everyone's on the same page about how customers are feeling, you can create better products.
Yeah.
You can make smarter campaigns.
Yes, you can do it all.
The whole 9 yards.
It's not just about fixing problems faster.
Right.
It's about building something better from the ground up.
Something better and something that's built on real empathy and understanding.
I love that.
That's powerful stuff. Okay, so we've talked about what voice sentiment analysis is and how it works.
Right.
Now I want to hear about the really interesting stuff.
Okay.
The real world examples.
Okay, yeah.
That'll make me go, wait, they can do that with sentiment analysis?
You got it. So one really interesting area where this is taking off is finance.
Okay.
So think about it. You're a bank, right? Long wait times, people calling about really complex products.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a recipe for some stress. Exactly. People are calling about their money.
It's high stakes.
Right.
Every time I call my bank, I feel like I need to have a meditation app ready to go.
Totally. But that's what I'm saying. Sentiment analysis can actually help with that.
Right.
Because now, instead of just knowing how many calls you're getting, you can actually understand how those calls are making people feel.
Interesting.
Like, are they confused about a new fee? Are they frustrated with the online banking portal?
Oh, that's good information to have.
It is.
So instead of just like throwing more employees at the problem,
Right.
they can fix the things that are making people upset in the first place.
Exactly. They can adjust their staffing based on what the sentiment analysis is telling them.
Wow.
They can personalize the scripts that agents are using.
Oh, that's smart.
It's all about creating a better experience for the customer.
I love it's like transforming industries one sigh of relief at a time.
That's the goal.
So it's not just finance, though, right? What else is out there?
I get this healthcare.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So imagine being able to analyze patient calls
Okay.
to understand not only what their symptoms are, but also how they're feeling about it.
Yeah. Are they anxious about a diagnosis, maybe?
Exactly. Are they confused about how to take their medication? This is where things get really, really interesting.
Yeah, because it's giving you this extra layer of information
Right.
that you wouldn't necessarily get if someone wasn't comfortable saying it out loud.
And then healthcare providers can use this information to offer more personalized support.
Right.
Maybe somebody needs a follow-up call or a referral to a specialist.
It's about treating the whole person.
Exactly.
This is honestly blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about using technology to make us more human
I love that.
or empathetic towards each other. But let's be real here. We're still kind of early on in this whole sentiment analysis game.
We are.
So where do we go from here? What has you excited about the future of this technology?
Oh, there's so many possibilities. One of the things I'm really excited about is real-time sentiment analysis.
Okay, tell me more about that, because I feel like we've kind of touched on it, but
So imagine a call center agent can actually see a customer's frustration rising while they're talking to them.
wow, in real time.
In real time.
Okay,
So then they can adjust their tone, offer extra support.
before things escalate.
Exactly. That's amazing. It's like giving customer service reps emotional intelligence superpowers.
It's like a cheat code for empathy.
Yes. And then you've also got things like using sentiment analysis in training.
Okay.
So let's say you're training for a new customer service role, but you're not just sitting through boring slideshows, you're in virtual reality.
Oh, wow.
And it's giving you feedback on how you sound, how your body language is,
Based on this technology.
based on sentiment analysis. So you're learning by doing.
Wow, that's incredible.
So we're not just talking about understanding emotions, we're talking about teaching people how to respond to them better.
This is seriously next level stuff.
It is, and like you said, we're still early on.
Yeah.
So who knows what we'll be able to do in 5 or 10 years.
I'm so glad we had this conversation today.
Me too. It's been fun.
I'm walking away with a whole new perspective on things.
Good.
It's not just about data points.
It's not.
It's about understanding each other better.
I love that.
Well, thank you so much for taking us on this incredible deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this journey of discovery. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those conversations flowing.